Howdy, Space Dwarves. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, Episode 8, Drill Baby Drill. So the solar panel needed about 30. If I'm going to be setting up a mining, like a mining base, I'm probably going to want more than just a solar panel. I'm probably going to want like 5 or so with at least a battery, so that the battery fills up every day, and then the drills can, or every, so that the drills can run at night. And there's a lot more that I'm going to need in terms of the research unlocked, but I'm just going to continue following the base building quest line for a bit. You had a hard time believing I only played for 2 weeks? Yeah, well, what I will say is when I'm trying to learn a game for work, I play in such a way, like, the way I teach myself a new game is probably the way, like, people will, like, cram for tests. It's not fun, in other words. I mean, I did actually have fun with it once I learned enough to fart around and build my own weird structures, but yeah, whenever I try to learn a new game, unless it's a game I already know, it's more like memorizing wikis and like I'm cramming for a test than actually anything remotely representing enjoyable. All right, I'm tired. Let's just nuke this whole thing. The mining size, obviously, the smaller it is, the more you'll yield, but I got bored and decided to delete the whole thing. Is that an animal? Yeah, it is an animal. Well, I see you rolling, but I won't be hating. Although if I could tame you, then others might be able to catch me riding dirty. Where's my ship? Ah, here it is. No, I'm not gonna tame the portal ball. I have way too much GLaDOS PTSD to ever trust a something that looks like that. So sodium nitrate is what's needed for the ablative armor, and maybe there's some sodium nitrate nearby. Nope. Alright. Gonna leave. Maybe there's a sodium planet around before I jump back to my base location. Because I wouldn't mind getting, like, an abundance of sodium. Yeah, I actually really like the base quest, too, because I like the... spoilers. The company. When you hire out people to work at your base. Although there is a part of the base quest line that becomes like a 30-part fetch quest, which the first time I did it, I thought it was like a broken loop. I mean, eventually I realized it wasn't a broken loop, it did end, but that part of the quest line felt unbelievably pointless at the time. But it was one of those, like, I just wanted to be a completionist and get it off my, like, quest log, so I did it. And after doing it, like, 12 times, I was like, oh my god, what is wrong with this thing? It took like 30 different parts of it to finally resolve. It was maybe not the finest part of the lines of this game. You tamed one of those and they're weird? They look pretty weird. That much is true. Alright, come on. Come on, planet. Show me what you got. There we go. Boring. Although the salt's going to be... A planet like that has salt, and salt is a necessary material for underwater base building, but I'm not worried about that. Alright, let's go over to the hub. Nah, I'm too lazy. I'm just going to jump. Too much flying. And then once I complete this section of the base building quest line, I'll re-poll about priorities. Whether you want me working on ship, multi-tool, fleet, base building, etc. So I'm going to quickly park at my actual world that I want to live on, because it has a source of sodium, because I need a lot more sodium than I currently have in order to get the base building going, because a lot of the base components require sodium, and I have, like, none of it. I don't want to go around collecting it 15 at a time through plants. I'd rather just mine for it, get it, lump sum, not have to deal with it. You can hire both ship crew NPCs and at bases. Both are true. You can have a oh, perfect. I landed on top of one. You can have a squadron of up to 4 other ships. I will warn you, they're not particularly effective at fighting, but they do tank for you. So if you need a meat tank, a very dumb meat tank, they're okay, but they don't kill things all that effectively. And then you can also have construction, farming, research, exocraft, NPCs. Am I missing one? Construction, agriculture, research, exocraft. I could be missing one, but I believe 4 different NPCs hired out to staff your base. And that quest line's pretty cool too. Alright. 1 ion battery. I think I have the cobalt for that. I do. Hey, my shields are back. And then the starship needed wire loom and sodium nitrate. So I can refine this sodium into sodium nitrate for the shield, ablative armor on the ship. I know that isn't my priority at the moment. It's just like, I'm going to need sodium for the solar panels and other things, batteries, etc. So, just getting it. Oh, armor. I think I forgot the armor. Yeah. So there's construction, which is, I believe, the first one you hire, and then the second one, I think, is research. Although the orders don't really matter to me. But yeah, there's 5 of them. That sounds right. It's been a while since I did that line. Uh-oh. I'm out of charge. There. I will get plenty of silicate powder so I can recharge quickly. Yeah, Venomous, I think you're right. That it's construction, scientist, armor, farmer, exocraft. It might be farmer, then armor. I'm not sure about that order. But I know the exocraft's last. Because the game doesn't really introduce you to exocrafts for a long time. I also, apart from like the Minotaur and the Nautilus, don't find the other exocrafts particularly useful. Unless... Yeah, I really don't. Because they don't have the maneuverability that just a good old punching jetpack would. Maybe on some worlds. On some worlds, it's like flat enough to use the Exo motorbike. But the other ones are just like kind of pointless. But the Minotaur is really good at getting storm crystals on hostile stormy worlds, because you don't have to weather the storms yourself. And then the Nautilus, of course, is really good for underwater, far surpassing the player's ability to navigate the water. Also, you don't suffocate, which is kind of nice. But the other exocrafts are kind of meh to me. I don't often use them. I also find that the Minotaur set on AI mode to, like, help protect you is, like, incredibly poor coding, where it just, like, wanders around and does its own thing, and you're like, cool, I guess leaving me high and dry to fight all these sentinels, huh? And the Minotaur is just like, yep, bye! Alright, so that's the sodium I needed. Swank. So let's get this base going. And before I teleport myself over to it, what would you want me to do next? 'Tis up to you. Hello, fleet. I should have just teleported to this colony rather than fly over there. You know what? Yeah, let's not do that. Why fly when you can port? I love my little grav tank ship. I'm like somewhat tempted to just keep upgrading it to S tier and never to give it up. Its turbocharged slots might not end up being meta, which would be the only hesitation, but like, who needs a meta ship when you've got pirate class? I was going to this one. I should probably name them so I don't get them mixed up, but, you know. Am I the Emperor of the Universe? No, just the Pirate King. Or actually, I'm more like a pirate wannabe right now. I'm working on the king part. It'll take me a minute. Boop. No. Ah, first try. Telling me about the archives. Don't really care about those. I just care about the blueprints. So it just gave me a regular scanner module. I can toss it in because I have free space. It's not particularly good, though. Scan radius 6%. And another personal upgrade module. Rename the base while I'm here? I will as soon as the base serves a purpose. I don't want to call it like the ferrite mining base when it's not doing that just yet. But what I will do is I'll add a battery though. Because there's not a lot of point in having a, that's not a battery. Not a lot of point in having a, solar panels if you can't store the power for the nighttime. So for that I need more mag ferrite. And I also wanted to refine the sodium so that I can improve the ship as well. Just as a side thing to do. So I will do the sodium first. And it was 50 of it. I'm not too worried about the base computer and its location. I'm not planning on using this base very often. As soon as it's set up to mine, I'm going to be leaving. I just want to set up a depot and a mining drill and a battery, and that's about it. Although one could make the argument it might be a good place to grow frostwort. I could have you guys decide upon that, because if I need a lot of glass, there's multiple different ways to get glass. You can just use the... Can you piss off? You can just use the terrain tool to mine for the silica. But that's very manual and takes kind of a long time if you want a lot of glass. And that also doesn't really help you with the high-tier glass, the living glass. That's a whole different can of worms. Alright, that's enough. About 70 of each. So I'll get the mag ferrite for the battery. Watching me play got you to get to play again? Cool. I hope you're enjoying it. I really like No Man's Sky a lot. I'm quite impressed with how it's progressed over the years. Nice. We've got ablative armor now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do away with some of these wires because, oh, come on. Give me the wire tool. Thank you. Yep. Because I'd want the biofuel reactor just to feed the battery. And then the battery to feed everything else. And then eventually, once I have enough solar panels, I'll just do away with the biofuel entirely. I might need multiple batteries, but that's sort of, you know, ideal for not having to constantly provide input to a device or to things. I don't want to necessarily have to keep fueling a mining rig up, as that will get boring pretty quick. And they don't need to be on the roof. I don't even think they particularly care about line of sight as long as they're not underground. That's a good amount of solar panels. I did say 5, and I've made 5, so... hook them all up. In the ship, I had a construction research unit, right? Yeah, I already have one. So I'll just put this down as it's like free. Somewhere to just put it out of the way. So this is not all of what's available. I have to go to the Nexus, or to the Anomaly, rather, in order to get the underwater stuff. Because that's just the basic computer. I just didn't want to have to carry around a basic computer in my ship, taking up a slot if I could help it. You guys want me to continue working on the pirate base, so let's do that. Question is, how to work on the base quest line for base computer, or unlock mining tech. Because the purpose of this base is just to mine mining tech. And I'll have you guys quick vote on that. I wonder if there's any close by salvage tech. Although this planet is probably the very worst to try to get salvage tech because of how ridiculous the terrain is. Traveling over the terrain here is obscenely difficult, and I should leave this planet and go to the one I actually like in order to actually look for salvage tech. But I'll pick up the next quest line anyway. just so that we know what it entails. Because maybe it's super convenient. There's the journal and the blueprints. Just another personal upgrade module. Okay. Let's give me a bunch of easy freebie, which I'll keep slapping into my multi-tool. I think at this point it is install the efficient thrusters into my starship. So that's what it wants me to do for the base computer archives. But you guys want me to unlock mining tech. So I am going to go to the O4 base. The reason why I like to keep my individual bases in the same solar system is the loading time hopping between base to base within the same solar system is shorter than hopping from solar system to solar system. So I am going to be finding salvage tech to unlock mining. And I'll try to do this as painlessly as possible by just jumping around the tech modules. Don't forget to cash in discovering all species. Did I even discover all species, though? I had nothing to cash in. 100. Yeah, I hadn't actually done the survey. A full survey of that bleak world. Cheers, by the way. Did I really get all of them at that bleak world? I don't think I had. Was that this one? No. Oh yeah. No, I have 5 out of 5. You're right. You are completely right. I wasn't even trying to get all the surveys, but they were easy to do. So once our salvage data is like in the 20s range, oh, look at you flying. I'm not sure how many of the prerequisites I already have unlocked, so we might have to do multiple. Oh god, that's gonna hurt. Multiple anomaly visits. Also wouldn't be terrible to hit up the knowledge stones in order to learn more Gek. So we do live in a Gek system. And if we are to smooth talk as a smuggler, knowing the local language is going to be kind of important. Ah, look, a dissonance resonator. They exist on this planet. Oh, how frustrating that was. So we're at 14. And it doesn't take too much effort. Get them quick, especially if you have a good jetpack, which I don't. That's 360 away, 350 away. Whatever, I'll go to 360. Oh, wait. Yes. Sodium nitrate crystals. Yeah, sodium is one of those things, like, I mean, I suppose technically you can have too much of, but it's one of the materials, especially early game, that I find like you can almost never have enough of, because tons of things are made out of it. It regenerates your shields for both your personal shields and also your ship shields. And it's also one of those things that's just not sold by NPCs really at all. So you can't buy like 500 of it at a time. You actually just have to go and mine it. So anytime I see those crystals, I always get them. Oh, sentinels. Oh, two. 2 for 1. Ah, there's a science ship. Probably surveying my little planet here. What are we up to now? 22? Alright, I'll hit a few more of these. And then we'll head over to the anomaly. So in order to get drilling, we need the ground extractors, the mining drills, and then also like the depot and the depot piping. Because the drills alone, there's nowhere to actually store the material, and then the depots, there's no way to transport the material, so you need all 3 in order to start your own little mining outpost. Well, mining outposts in this game are like really inexpensive, and then if you just have like a mining outpost for like the commonly used materials like sodium and ferrite, oxygen, that kind of stuff, it just makes everything a lot easier and a lot less grindy, which is very nice. Because I don't particularly love manually collecting materials for every little task. Yeah, I'm it was a little bit like get off my lawn to that passing ship. You know, this is my world. What's funny is I haven't yet checked, but there's probably colonies on this world, I'd imagine. I mean, it's lush. It's beautiful. Alright, we have 29. I'll go for a clean 30. Or whatever I end up getting after going to this next tech mod. Jetpack upgrade next. Yeah, I mean, you can vote on it. Absolutely. I think I have it boosted, right? Yeah, it's in my boost slot too. So this is as good as it can be for now. Incoming tank. Wow, this world has a lot of grass. I mean, it is lush. Come on. Oh, not enough fuel in the anti-gravity well? Well, I'll just put in some dead sentinels and blast off. I love how the sentinel ships are basically fueled with dead sentinels. There's poetic justice in that. Wish I could punch jetpack in here. Apparently, there's no punching in the anomaly. Alright, here we go. So, mineral extractor. Done. And then supply depot. Done. And supply pipe. Done. I have 17 more salvage data. I'll do the electrical cloaking unit. So, Scorpio, I know you asked about this. This is how to hide the wiring. So if you don't like the wiring, you can hide it with the cloaking unit. All your wires disappear. I do have enough for either a gas extractor or electromagnetic generator, but I'm not going to get either just yet, because I'm not sure if they're going to be important to the ultimate build. One thing I was curious about is if in the aquatic construction... Oh yeah, pure ferrite, glass, crystal sulfide, ferrite dust, glass, living pearl, glass, ferrite dust. A lot of it is actually ferrite dust. And pure ferrite. Okay. I could have also done like a rusted metal world as well. Now that I'm here, let's take a look. There was some blueprints I wanted with nanites. I think there were tool blueprints. It was over yonder. Hey, Shrek boy. The optical drill. And I have 900 left. So the cloaking device and the voltaic amplifier is really nice. Extra damage to stun targets and cloak if I need it. I'll circle back to that. That's probably what I'll end up going. Or the Atlas Pass. Although I don't find the 3 particularly useful. The 2 is way more useful. And the 1, certainly. But yeah, I'll get it. Whatever. Atlas Pass. And then the other multi-tool. The combat scope, I find, is almost utterly worthless. It, like, gives you 0.1% zoom. And see what else is in the exosuit. I think I have everything I want except for personal No, I have Personal Refiner Mark II. Okay, I just need to build it. Aux rerouter would be nice. And same with efficient water jets if I'm going underwater. Or language. All would be good. Airburst engine would also be really handy, but I need phosphorus. So because we're ultimately going to be building underwater, I'm going to go with the water jets, because I think that's going to be more important sooner than later. So that we can jet around. And I have 90 left, so we'll get a simple translator. Well spent. All right, now the goal is to build. Let me update that. Build a simple mining outpost. All right, and you guys get to vote yet again what to do next. So I have tons and tons and tons of blueprints to add to multi-tool and ship. I don't have fleet yet. If you vote on Pirate Base, I think the next step is to actually scout out a physical location for a pirate base, but of that I'm not exactly sure, but that's probably what I end up doing. Smuggling would be good for nanites. And tech research for anything else that you want me to unlock that I haven't yet. I need this stupid sentinel to go away. Follow me around, making it impossible for me to get the ferrite dust I need for the plating. Come on, give me geodes. There we go. Geode me, dude. Oh, it's getting a little hot. So for the mineral extractor, 5 metal plating, and I could also just like buy metal plating from someone. I don't need to make it myself necessarily, just it's convenient because I'm here. Yeah, frozen hell at night and firestorms during the day. I made the joke recently that I feel like Riddick every now and then, but here we are again with a full-on Riddick planet. So in terms of the extractor, what's really important is that you put it like directly on the mining node because of its efficiency. So if it's not like perfectly positioned, you won't get as much as you possibly could. And this might be a task better suited for when it's not, the atmosphere is not trying to murder me. Because I'm about to have to go inside. It's literally cooking me. Sous vide. Yes. I always wanted my flesh to melt off, like I looked upon the Ark of the Covenant. And now's my chance. Am I planning on going vertical? No, I'm not really planning on having a big mine, like, at all. Just enough to start a base. I can always scale it up at some point. But I don't need, like, 15 drills or 20 drills in a vertical column or anything like that. Just, like, 2 or 3 to get enough magferrite. This isn't a, I'm a pirate king. I'm not a dwarf, you know? I don't sell ores. I sell drugs and smuggled weapons. And you guys want me to work on my multi-tool next. Got it. So there it is. Stick the tag in. Alright, so it's right there. It doesn't need to be perfect. And then we're also going to want a supply depot. And ideally putting the supply depot next to where the teleporter is, so it's not annoying to have to withdraw. And then to hook it up with supply pumps, or pipes rather, and also electricity, and then we're all set. We will be making magferrite over time to help fund a base build project. I should have just bought like a bunch of metal plating last time I was in port. I am working on trying to feather my drill so that the heat warning is like maximum. Alright, let's see. Do I have enough? Not even close. What are these geodes mail? Oh, I think they're giving me pure ferrite. That's, like, honestly kind of annoying. It's like, I don't want pure ferrite. I want regular ferrite. Oh, here we go again. Now I'm cold. And thank you for the resub. Or Iam. I am. I swear I can read. Totally hooked on phonics. Okay, that's all 10. Stick the supply depot right there. And then we want a supply pipe running from our drill to the depot, and then power running from the drill to the depot. Ah. Yep, just a straight shot. That'll work. I'll do electric wiring in just a second after I warm up. Was it too far? Too close to Starship. Did I park in the... Oh, no, I'll just make it too... You could paint, like, multiples of these. They're not expensive. Or even have a cost. The tubes do. The supply tubes do, but not the cables. Okay, I screwed up. I thought I had clicked. Game was like, nope, you didn't. Okay. There we go. It's producing 355 an hour at 56% density. It can go up to 60 density, so I was like 1 millimeter off from where it should be centered. But it's a difference of like 5 an hour, so I don't care. It's good enough for me. And then the depot is hooked up, so it will eventually fill up to 1,250 after, 3.5 hours. And this works like whether you're online or offline. The other thing to note is, will the battery have power between a day-night cycle? Because it might. I'm not sure. I mean, I could start pulling up the calculator and doing the math. But what might end up happening is the battery's total storage capacity isn't enough to accommodate the 5 solar panels, which is probably the case. And then, as a result, I would just need to add some more batteries, which, I can do, especially when I have more mag ferrite from the mining operations. So it's one of those easy to fix. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky Outlaw, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or in an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow outlaws,